everyone, today I wanted to share with you the makeup which I've picked up since the beginning of 2016. So this is all the makeup that I've gotten in the past, 2.5 months or so, and some of it I just ran out of, some of it was just too pretty not to get. Yeah, I think you probably understand what I mean by that. I'm gonna go in the purchasing orders to start out with the first purchase I made of 2016 and just keep going from there. It kind of makes logical sense, so let's get started. First place I picked stuff up at is Marshall's. Now, Marshall's is a random store, basically, that has one-off items-ish that are designer for less. I have found stuff there, I have not found stuff there before, but this time I went and I found some Butter London stuff. Now, I have this odd fascination with Butter London. I don't know, there's just something about it that just like attracts me, but I never really get it. So I found 2 Butter London lipsticks. Now this is their old packaging. I've been to Ulta since and seen like, oh, they don't make this kind anymore, so that might have been why it was there. And these were $2.99 each. The first color is Nutter. It's a brown mauve. I don't have a nude that's like a brown nude, so I thought I'd give this a try. And the second one is called Apricot Sunray, and it is this beautiful corally orange color. I love this color so much. The formula in these though is really hard to beat. I think that it is absolutely amazing. It's very creamy, it's very pigmented, it looks really good on your lips, and I really couldn't ask for more for $2.99 lipsticks. Next up are 2 things I got from my pal Sammy. She had these and she just never really reached for them. So the first thing I have for you is this Stila palette, and it is the Stila In The Moment palette, and this is the purple one. I know they have also, I think it's a green and a pink maybe, and the packaging is crud. Let's just go ahead and say it. It's a really huge packaging and it doesn't even have a mirror. Like, what the heck? Also, this little smudge stick waterproof eyeliner is crud. You can't use it. I can't figure out, like, it hardly even writes. It won't, let alone smudge. The shades in it are very nice. I especially like the Desire, Wonder, and Whim. I've not ventured into the lavender, that is Impulse and Grace yet, but I might someday. I have been wearing this nice little combo a lot. It's kind of like an everyday sort of combo. I won't say the formulation is the greatest. I mean this because I was using this for about, a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I switched back to a different palette and I'm like, wow, that one really sticks a whole lot better. So that's not a good sign for it. I still think it's a decent palette, but it's not one that I would suggest you out and buy. Next thing is from Clinique. Now, I don't own anything from Clinique besides this thing that was given to me. So this is basically a palette that has a blush, a bronze, and 2 eyeshadows in it. I thought at first that these were all eyeshadows. I'm glad I was told otherwise. It does tell you what it is on the back. The bronze is the color Sunkissed, the blush is New Clover, and then the eyeshadows are Pink Slate Duo. We'll see how much use I actually get out of this. I don't know exactly how much a bronzer, blush, eyeshadow palette will work for right every day since I have all my other options, but I think this will be really good for a travel. Next up, I went to Ulta. Now, I ran out of a couple items and I needed to replenish my stock, so I was browsing around, and it happened to be that L'Oreal, which as you might know is one of my favorite brands, were having a buy 2 get 1 free, and I'm like, I need 2 items. Why don't I just get them from them? So the first thing I needed was a concealer. Mine went kaput and there's just nothing left in it and just started not working very well. So I picked up the L'Oreal True Match Corrector Fusion, that's the wrong side, Super Blendable Concealer. I was trying to read French for some reason. And I got it in Neutral 123 or Fair Light. So this is their lightest one and it is very nice. I like that it's like this little like paintbrush formulation. So it's like an actual little paintbrush that you like paint onto your skin. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's different than the doe foot applicator, and I think it's, I don't know, I have more fun like, woo, than what I do otherwise. Next up, I ran out of my Kat Von D tattoo liner. You might know I have been running out of that for about 5-6 months now and just haven't got it. So I ended up getting this one. It is the L'Oreal Infallible, the Super Slim liquid eyeliner. I am wearing this one today and it is quite nice. I wish this was a little bit more flexible, but overall it's very easy to use once you get used to it. And I like that it has like this little grippy section, so it's like a little pencil grip, so I don't know, it just makes it a whole lot easier. And lastly, as my free item, I got roped into getting, I asked what I should get and my friend said this. So I got the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Highlighter. Now this is with the Lumi collection, which I do have a few products of. I have the 3-in-1 blush in rose. I also have the blush highlighter in rose. And I also have the foundation, but their shade range was not good enough for me. It's way too dark. So I got this and it is like another paintbrush sort of applicator, which I think I like. I'm not quite sure. I was kind of weary about it. I'm like, how do I use it? So I've been messing around with it. This is the one that you twist the product into the brush. I've just been doing like a little like on my cheeks. That was weird. Like I've been doing that on my cheeks and rubbing it in with my fingers. It does work. It sometimes does. The stuff underneath of it tends not to set in place, so you kind of might have to take your blending sponge and go boop 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 boop, just to make sure it's all, you know, one coat. But otherwise, I think it does work. You can kind of see it on me right now. Next up, I went to Target. Surprise, surprise, I know. But basically, I was mad whenever I was at Target because about 4 days earlier, I had put on my makeup, whatnot, and then put on one of my nice dresses, which is sort of like a Mad Men. That's kind of what I think it looks like. Basically, it has like a little collar and it goes into a V. It's really nice. It's bright green. But I realized that this did not match this, and it wasn't because it doesn't match. It's because the foundation I was wearing is now too dark. Which, it was kind of dark anyway, but it was kind of like the lightest shade I could find. This is my life. This is my life, people. Basically, I was mad while walking through Target, and I happened to walk through the makeup section, and lo and behold, the L'Oreal True Match collection was on sale. So since I've been having such good results with the concealer so far, I decided to go ahead and pick up their foundation. And best thing is that their shade range is enormous. So they have warm, neutral, and cool colors, and they have 8 of each. So I was pretty darn excited about that. I ended up going for N1. I probably could have done N1 or N2, just kind of depending, but I decided N1 because really I'm pale. I got N1. It does have SPF 17, which I think is amazing. That's actually pretty high for a foundation, so I'm pretty darn excited. The only problem I have right now is that because this is N1 and this is N1, 2, and 3, this is now darker than this. So I'm still debating over that. I like this, but putting them together now isn't quite working as well. Packaging of it is very nice. It's glass, has a nice metal top. Had a pump, I'd like it a whole bunch better, but it doesn't. Oh well. I would suggest this if you are looking for different shades. The formulation of it has been pretty good for the week and a half I've been trying it out. Next up was a trip to Walgreens, which was not initially meant to be getting me stuff. Yeah, so basically Sammy, who I mentioned gave me those palettes earlier, wanted some Milani products. She has for a while, but the Milani was taken out of the Walgreens in my area, but they were still in the Walgreens in my boyfriend's area, and I had seen them a couple months ago, and I'm like, hey, if you want me to, I'm going in this weekend, like, pick you up something. I ended up going ahead and going to Walgreens and taking pictures, and basically this took about half an hour between the text messages and pictures sending, and in that amount of time, I talked myself into some blushes. Like I needed more. I ended up letting my boyfriend pick out this one, so I wanted to get a baked blush, which is kind of like a famous thing of Milani-ish. And I let him pick between the two colors I was kind of looking at, and we got, well, it's for me. I got the #1 Dustless Pink, which is this really pretty pink color with gold shimmers in it. Also, if you flip it on the other side, it has a mirror and a little brush. I haven't used this. I'll probably just leave it in there in case if I forget it on trips. And the second blush I got was, how could I resist this? It is #8 Tea Rose, and this is in the shape of a rose, and it's a tea. I mean, it said tea, how could I not? This is a really pretty mauve-y pink. I do not have a straight mauve pink, and it it said tea. That's my justification for this. It said tea. It was blush. Tea blush. Pretty rose shape. That's why I got it. The one thing I will say, the packaging is very nice. I like it. Whenever I got it though, like the top, this clear part was already sort of scratched. And I am someone who really does not like scratches or bends or marks on anything. So that kind of bothered me, but I'm trying to look past that because it's tea. Sort of. Next up was a Nordstrom rack, and this I believe might be my most exciting thing that I got. Yeah, I think it's the most exciting thing I got. I found two different quads, and they are the Lorac Bohemian Bronze palette and the Romantic Rose palette, and just, they're so dang cool. These, I have to tell you, should retail for $45. At Nordstrom Rack, they were supposed to be $12. Cool beans. I found them on clearance for $8.37 each. The Bohemian Bronze is basically your neutral-ish palette. So this is the packaging for it. It is very pretty. It looks exactly like this outside packagingness. It comes with a decent sized mirror, and then it comes with 4 different shadows. There is a very neutral pale color, then there is a shimmery taupe, a shimmery bronze, and then a midnight blue. I just think this is a really nice sort of twist on a neutral palette. And then there is the rose palette. This is the outside of it. It looks like the packaging yet again, and then you pull it open, same giant mirror, and then it has these pretty quads in it. This is the same pale that is in that other palette. It's just that really nice color. Right here is a light pink. Here is your dark pink. And then this one is another, it's slightly different, but it is a blue shade again with sparkles this time, whereas the Bohemian palette actually had that one as a matte shade. I am wearing it today, all except for this color, and it looks really good. I was really excited whenever I put this one on. It looked really nice, and the formulation was really nice. I mean, it's Lorac, so I kind of had some high expectations, but definitely if you have a Nordstrom rack around, go try to find these. And lastly was my purchase made 3 days ago. With my new foundation, I decided that I wanted to do a primer with it because I do have problems with my foundations, and again, I got another L'Oreal. Apparently that's just what I go for. So this is the L'Oreal Paris Perfecting Base Face Primer. It's a nice, it's a nice glass jar, it's pink. It works pretty well for me so far. It's been working pretty much all day. It has been keeping my makeup on a little bit better, and yeah, so I think this is a very good affordable option for a base. That's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Tell me down below what was your favorite item, which I have mentioned in this video. Also, if you purchased something pretty great in 2016 yourself, tell me, because let's share the knowledge. I want to know this sort of stuff. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Flop this guy on. I don't know why is it flop. Flop. Sounds like a bunny's name. Hey, Flop. I can get Nando sauce in there, and that makes me pretty darn happy. It was a 2 for 3 deal. No, 3 for 2 deal. No. This hall of the halls, that sounds like we're like in like a mansion with like all the doors lead to separate hallways. That's what you call like Flopsies if he's being mad. Flop. Hey everyone, it has been a month. I'm sorry, life has gotten pretty crazy around here. So I'm gonna tell you about what happened because it's kind of some big stuff that happened to me in